Another thing, I don't care if you're behind on time, if you get tired or you're stuck, stand up, walk away, stretch, take a breath, do what you got to do. All right? That doesn't mean go watch other games because you might, again, get confused. If you're winning, fine. If you're winning, start taking pieces. As long as you can stay your piece ahead or your 2 pieces ahead, fine. Get them.
You never know. There have been so many games, even with Grandmasters, guys are pieces down, and before you know it...
You know what the best fucking piece they have at the end of a game is? A knight.
Check City.
Because these kids do not know how to play with knights. And you maneuver the son of a bitch and you go, by the way, now you lost everything because now I've noticed this not only with you guys, but just watching games. Kids can't handle knights at the end of the game. And I remember one coach telling his kids, and I don't remember what team, it was a game at Rockford. What you should have done was to get rid of the guy's knight immediately. They had a chance to trade and they didn't. And then the guy lost his knight and our guy still had his knight. And the idea was, that's what I'm saying. They don't know what the hell hits them. Okay? Just work them. Work these guys. When I talk about point, counterpoint, I don't care if you got to keep moving it back and forth or around. Let him, if you're ahead and you've got the solid position, in a regular war with people involved, the defense always takes half as many casualties as the offense. It's real simple. So I figure the same thing should apply to chess. Once you set up what you're doing, okay, let him come and get your ass. Because while he's doing that...
That's the way Spencer plays. He's always in a position.
Yeah, fine.
The guy starts attacking, loses his exchange before you know it.
Let him come and get you because he's going to have to sacrifice pawns to do it, and then he's going to get himself in a trap. Another thing you got to watch is watch the whole board. A lot of these guys, because their coaches have been telling them and they're playing games from books and whatever else, sure, you're working the right-hand side of the board. So let's say you are. I don't care what you do on the left-hand side of the board, but set something up. Get him worried. Because then all of a sudden he's got to watch 2 sides of the board. You may not even... A lot of times I do that. I don't even have any plans at all over there. But it looks like he's going to fuck me on this side. Okay? You know? And they get worried about it. You've got to start thinking a little bit, you guys all know how to play chess. Now let's think a little psychologically about this. That's where you lose, because you get dominated by the guy that's playing you. Your piece is up, and you're counting to the end. I'm going to get it all the way down to this. But you have no way of knowing he's going to do exactly what you want. Where if you're the one that's doing it, in law, if you're the person that gives, you end it OR. If your person receives it, PE. So instead of being the fuck or, you're the fuck E. Because you let him do it to you. Right? And I'm not doing this to be nasty to anybody, but I'm just saying, come out, set your position up, play your game, diddle around on the other side, and let the son of a bitch come to you. Because he's going to have to if he wants to win him, all right? And sooner or later, like on that modern defense that you play on black, when you push those 2 bishops out and you let them sit there, sooner or later, sometime in that game, there's an open file to take a rook. I don't care what goes on in that game. And the guy takes a look. Here's 3 pawns and a bishop in the middle. And you know what? If you're not concentrating, it looks like 4 pawns. That's why you win. That's real simple. But all of a sudden, he pushes a pawn, bishop takes rook.
Right.
Okay? It's not a good game to play, but I'm just saying, if these guys don't watch, and you set up a powered position, they've got to come to you. And it can be the most, it's like a fortress. There's nowhere to move. He hasn't set his up like that. And then if you keep a couple of nights out or one night out to dance around, you can keep making moves, and he's still got to do something.
The modern.
Paul, all I want you to play is something you're comfortable with. Okay? There's a few games in there. Look that magazine over and check those games out, and just play around. You guys are used to playing each other now, so you're not really going to surprise each other when you do something. But you better damn well be sure that every team that we've played's got our games.
It's too late in the season to change an opening, though.
I'm not asking you to change. I'm asking you to do what's comfortable for you. Okay? But if he's got your game and he's memorized it, you should memorize it also. You should know, well, yeah, I got to move this one next, but maybe I'll wait a move to move that and I'll move something else. Right away, you've thrown his game off. He's expecting you. He says, yeah, I know what this guy's going to do. And you don't do it. And pretty soon he's up shit's creek. Because the odds are, you know, we don't know if we're going to be white or black when we play him, if it's a black game he's got or a white game. Come out and do what you do best. Don't worry about time. All right? You say, you know, see, one thing you've been saying to me, I was thinking, Mr. Hurst, I always get myself in time trouble.
Well, I don't worry about it in the middle game. I just want the end game.
Fine.
I'm still better than them.
But, okay, fine. So you're going to have to do a little thinking when it's his moves. Instead of getting up and walking around a couple of times when it's his turn and he's wasting time on his clock, sit there and analyze.
Well, yeah, I do. It's also
And then
nice
you can
to
get
know
up.
how like the match is going. Because if we're winning, you'll play differently than if we're losing.
Yeah, and it's another thing. I want you to play smart on the score. If you've seen that that if you take a draw, that'll put us over the top, take the draw. Don't prolong your agony. Because then, like I said, anything can happen. Perfect example with Jeff on Monday. Perfect example when we played Harlan. Remember, the guy got your rook, and it looked like, hey, what the fuck, we're dead meat. And I think you drew him. As I recall, you drew him or you won the game. But it looked hopeless.
Yeah.
Okay? You know, I know you guys are the best that I've seen at counting pawns. You know. And you're not going to run into these guys. If you sit down with the attitude that, now you motherfucker got to come to me, you're going to win. If you got that positive attitude. All right? I've done everything that I possibly can, guys, and I'm not the one that plays chess. All right? I mean, you've all beaten me, okay? I've beaten some of you, too, so that's whatever. You guys have beaten me more than I beat you. That's fine. Fuck it. All I'm saying is get your act in gear. When you sit down at that table, the only thing that you got to think about is how big are you going to win by. And like Eric's talking about, a lot of these fuckers can't play without their queen. All right? So if you get a chance to trade, trade. Don't worry about trading pieces. If it's an even trade, that's fine. All right? A lot of times it turns out to be an even trade, and you get an advantage of it because the guy fucks up. All right? I did that yesterday, and I didn't even notice it. We both didn't notice it. I had a bishop guarding my knight. The guy wants to take it with a rook. Fine, go ahead. He lost the rook. And then all of a sudden, I was a rook and a bishop up instead of a rook and knight. Whatever.
Oh yeah.
You gotta watch the board.
Except you were a rook.
Oh no, the way he.
So far down.
Yeah, but the thing is, I wasn't you. I was playing. The way it works out is that if you guys think about what you're doing and play it, there's none of these little busters that's going to beat you. They may sit down, you know, at stake. Remember last year, guys were wearing togas and cowboy hats.
That was hilarious. They were all busters, too. It was so funny.
Yeah, but the idea was they were going to sit down, just like Bradley Uranus, you know, they sit down like they're, yeah, we're the best. Okay. God, I wish we'd get them in the first round again. I mailed in our state.
How is your bourbonnais?
I mailed in our state application. I put down that we're 7-0. I put down that we won Rockford. I put down that we finished third at Proviso. And I put down Urbana finished first. We beat Lane. They finished second. Figure it out. And mailed in the application. Okay? So there's a good chance that we're going to be we have to be seated, I would say, in the top 4.
If we're not seated second, there's something wrong.
Well, it depends on who finishes in city. Because the guy makes the call and says, yeah, well, we finished first in city. We beat Kenwood. They finished 5th. That drops our seeding down.
They are now. We've got to be seated second. Because we're the only team that beat Urbana.
Well, we don't know if Urbana's
Beat everyone else.
There was a-
Everyone else would only be
There was an Urbana tournament. There's a Rock Island tournament this weekend. So they might. Who knows?
Well, up until we beat them, they had.
Doesn't matter.
Lindblom's going to play Urbana this weekend.
We're not going. We have no plans at all.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to go to any more tournaments because I don't want these guys to see how we play. Because you start developing tendencies. They go, yeah, well, okay, fine. They might start shifting personnel because they figure, what he could actually, for instance, drop his first board down to second.
Lindblom switched. Lindblom's going to do it again. They said that every time they play, they're going to switch third, fourth, and fifth around because they don't want.
No, they can't.
No,
He's
no,
got to
well,
stay the same
I know,
rod.
but they'll do it for City. For City, they'll have a different lineup than they've ever played. They figure they're going to beat everyone else anyway.
No. The rules state that in City, if Eric's first board, I cannot move him. After the first round, if he's first board, he can only play first board.
I know, but they'll have something all 4 rounds that we've never played. Like they'll have the one that we played on third board and fourth board.
No. The reason that he did it at Proviso West, I was talking to the kid, is that at the beginning of the season he didn't have the lineup set up, and they had a mini tournament, and this kid for some reason beat the other kid, and that's why he was playing where he was playing.
Well, still, the guy just told me that they were going to do that so that we wouldn't get used to any one of them. Like I've gotten used to the guy you played because we played like 3 games.
So I'm not worried about that. If you see it, let me know about it. Okay? Before the game starts, let me know about
Well,
it.
they're not going to switch in between rounds. They're just going to have a set up the whole tournament. Well, at least supposedly they will.
All right, but whose advantage is that? If they put,
I don't know. That's just what they're going to do.
what are they going to? They're going to play their first board second?
No, they're just going to switch third, fourth, and fifth. Well, why don't they figure they'll beat everyone? We could switch everyone.
No. They're switching it. See, here's
We're
the
not
again.
going to cater to this.
Psychologically, they're switching it because we have the advantage. What, the third board's going to play fifth? Fourth board's going to play third?
You have an automatic win with all of us.
Bing.
I got news for you. There's no reason, because when we get to state, we're even more solid with Mighty Max over here. Delaware and Roberta and Henry Ford over here. Okay, that's 6, 7, 8. There's just 3 more sets of points that we should be getting. There's nobody. I'm telling you guys this, and this is the attitude you got to take. There's nobody in this fucking state that can beat us, unless you let them beat you. And that's the simple facts of life.
You want me to resign?
The guy's playing, and he's hoping you're going to have a heart attack and die, so the clock will run out. That's as simple as it is. But you guys, the only thing that I worry about, you guys love to beat yourselves. Okay? I mean, let's face it. We should have beat Lane for City last year. We should have beat Lane in state last year.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I don't know if Mung... You know what, Spencer? We might see Mung. He might have gotten his grades back up. Have you beaten Mung? Have you beaten Mung? So I'm just saying, if you guys sit down and play, remember the points. We're looking at 30 points in City. Any combination, 1, 3, and 5 does it. 1, 2, and 5 does it. 1, 2, and 4 does it.
3-1 and someone else.
3-1.
Oh, 3-1.
Yeah.
I mean, Eric is the best player we've got. He's the best player, one of the best players in the United States.
I don't know. Bobby might challenge him tomorrow.
But the point is, we should just look at Eric as gravy.
Gravy.
You can't win with just Eric.
Right.
That's why when you guys beat Harlan without Eric,
We're the mashed potatoes.
it was. That's right. You're the mashed potatoes and he's the gravy. And guys, so it's Thursday, Friday next week. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to sitting back and watching you guys kick some ass.